and the story is called Captain's Club. To be clear, Tommy Whitaker was not best friends with C.J. Franklin, not any kind of friends, really. So when C.J. announced that he could bring another boy along on the Mediterranean cruise he was taking with his father and his father's girlfriend over spring break, the notion that this other boy might end up being Tommy was absurd, absolutely absurd. C.J. Franklin was a ball player, foot, basket, base, and his top choices were too. Will Barber, then Brian Hess, Zane Dixon, and Kyle Raber. Next came the Wilson twins, first Dax, then Bo, then Chris Whiteside, Lucas Cordova, and Josh Sigler. Tommy had known them all since kindergarten, had ridden in the school bus with them, and belonged to the same Cub Scout troop back in the scouting days, but that was forever ago, elementary school, a different life. This was middle school, 7th grade, and CJ and his friends had grown taller, lanky, and long-limbed, with large flapping feet and faces splattered with pimples. Tommy was still just Tommy, a small boy with dimpled knees and hair so fine it looked like feathers. In the locker room after gym class, CJ and his friends waited turns for the showers, and Tommy could see the shadows of hair beginning on their chests and underarms, could smell the sweat like onion soup rising off their naked backs. Tommy would sniff at his own armpit, pink and hairless as a pencil eraser, then creep past the showers to change clothes in the privacy of a toilet stall. All of CJ's friends wanted to go with CJ to the Mediterranean for spring break, but their mothers had concerns about the boys traveling so far out of the country without them, about CJ's father who lived in Chicago and rarely visited, about this girlfriend who was not apparently the same girlfriend who last year accompanied CJ and his father to San Diego. No one had any interest in expressing these concerns directly to CJ's mother, who was reactive and unreasonable and had a habit of taking things personally. So came the excuses. Will Barber already had plans for a camping trip over spring break with an older cousin from California. Brian Hess was entered in a karate tournament. Zane Dixon had a bike race. The twins, first Dax, then Bo, were scheduled to have their wisdom teeth removed. And Chris Whiteside and Lucas Cordova were both going to visit their grandmothers. Josh Sigler, his mother said, got nosebleeds on boats. For her part, CJ's mother, once she had gotten over her initial fury at her ex-husband's extravagance in 1, booking this ridiculous cruise in the first place, and 2, allowing their son to bring a friend along, was determined to see a friend go. As long as another boy went along, CJ could enjoy himself with someone who was not his father or his father's girlfriend. All in all, 16 mothers had to say no before Tommy's mother, maybe because, unlike the other mothers, she had not been expecting the call and therefore had no time to really consider the details from every angle before responding, or maybe because she didn't exactly have her senses together to consider such details anyway. Maybe because this was the year Tommy's father had left and she was lonely and tired and raw-faced from crying, because there wasn't enough money and the porch was rotting and Tommy's little sisters both needed braces, because it might be good for Tommy to spend some time with another boy's father, because Tommy was sweet and good and deserved a little sunshine after this gray, miserable winter, because the trip was to the Mediterranean, and when would she ever be able to take him to the Mediterranean, said yes, Tommy could go.